Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again. And this time we're going to look at a game called Fantasy Zone. This was created by Sega in Japan in 1985, but it was released internationally in 1986. This is a very cute shoot 'em up, kind of set the tone for the genre known as cute 'em ups. But it's fun, and it's got a nice peppy soundtrack. This was suggested by YouTube user Nathan Williams. I had never seen or heard of this until I read about the Sega Master System, as this had a very popular port of Fantasy Zone. But you are this ship known as Opa-Opa, and you fly around on these different stages, and your goal is to destroy 10 big enemies on that stage, and then you can face the boss. And the big enemies on this level here are those flying pink things. You have to destroy them by shooting enough times, or you can use bombs, which is your secondary weapon. But I kind of like this game. There's various weapons that you can pick up by entering a shop, and a lot of enemies will drop coins, and you collect those coins to have enough money to afford yourself the new weapons. Or you can also get speed boosters. We're going to go ahead and start. But there are 8 stages. This is the first, and it is called Pla Leaf. And then there's Tabas, Ladoon, Dolomika, Polaria, Mockstar, Pocarius, and Sapphire. Some weird names. But if you fly your ship really low so that it touches the bottom, it will grow legs, and it can walk on the ground. Once in a while, you will get a balloon that will say shop on it. Not terribly often in the game, but here and there. And you can collect different things. Or you can purchase different weapons or speed-ups. And here, it will be your default weapon or speed-up item, the ones you picked up. But you can change off that if you like. These various other enemies will fly at you, and if they touch you or shoot you, you are automatically dead. You don't have a life bar. Notice at the bottom center, there is the radar in terms of the red squares being the big enemies you have left to kill, so you can advance to the boss. Very helpful. And the big enemies will always give you coins. The small ones, not always, but usually if you get a group of them killed, then they'll give you a coin. Now here's the first boss. You'll know you're at a boss because you'll hear the music slow down and fade out. Sometimes the bosses can be kind of hard if they shoot a lot of projectiles at you. Just kind of fly up and down and shoot his mouth when you can. Eventually you'll bring him down. Like I said, there's 8 stages to this game. And the father of Opa-Opa, oops, I didn't fly down. The boss releases a bunch of coins. If you fly down, you can pick them up. I didn't that time. But the boss of the forces that you contend with throughout the game is actually the father of Opa-Opa, the spaceship. The spaceship that has a dad, okay. But yeah, once you beat almost all the stages. Then the final stage has you facing all the bosses one after another from before, and then you face one final boss. But I guess there is a planet that the forces from that planet are stealing currency from other planets. And your father is the leader of those bad guy forces. Those little homing missiles that follow you around, they will each drop coins, which is nice. So just try to shoot them one at a time to get the coins. Whoa, that was close. But yeah, that's the same goal in each level or each stage. Take out those big enemies. And again, follow the radar at the bottom center. It'll tell you what ones you have left. They're going to be red. Whoops, I got a little too close to those guys. But boy, that soundtrack is nice and peppy. I really like it. Well, obviously when you destroy one of the big guys that you need to kill 10 of to get to the boss, they're going to give more valuable coins to you when you destroy them. I guess the soundtrack was pretty high in demand by soundtrack collectors for Fantasy Zone. I can kind of see why. It's very peppy. I like it. This was the first in a long series of Fantasy Zone games. This got a lot of sequels. And yeah, I'd never seen this in arcades before. It probably had limited release in US arcades, but it was very popular in Japan. Whoops, damn it. You can purchase an extra life from the shop. Here's the next boss. Just watch out for his descending shots, and when you can, just try to shoot through that shield. You will eventually hit that inner shield and break off the pieces, and once that inner shield is completely destroyed, then you'll have beaten the boss. Hope you enjoy your weekend. If March Madness is your thing, I hope you're enjoying it. A lot of upsets this year, holy cow. Probably a lot of ticked off people that filled out brackets. And we get another opportunity to go to the shop. When you're on the last level, you will automatically go to the shop. Alright, I think I bought an extra ship. Yeah, you can get your bombs upgraded too. We'll look at all the upgrades a little bit later. And then we'll also look at snippets, at least, of the last, or of the later bosses and a tiny bit of the remaining stages. But yeah, there's 8 stages. And this is the third one here. Kind of a fun game, but yeah, its strongest suit is definitely the music. The music is just wonderful and very peppy. Yep, crap. Ladoon, and I get the shop again. I'm not sure what it takes to make the shop balloon appear, but we'll go in. Yeah, there is a meter in the top right once you pick up a weapon, and you have limited use of that weapon. See, I've got the laser. See, that meter is dropping quickly. That's not really... I don't like that you don't get much time to use your weapon. But it's going to be much stronger than your regular shot, especially when you're taking out those big enemies that you need to destroy 10 of. If you manage to make it to the boss with a weapon, with a special weapon, it's going to be stronger than your regular shot. Whoops, crap. Your secondary bomb is stronger than your regular basic weapon, too. I'll put in my initials, because I need first place. But yeah, we'll look at all the weapons and upgrades and stuff in just a moment here. But yeah, if you can afford the rocket engine that's the most expensive at 100,000, you'll move really fast. Yeah, let's look at the different stuff you can pick up at the parts shop. We'll look at the big wings. This will make you faster. And then there's the turbo engine, which is faster than that. Woo! And now we'll look at the laser beam. That one's thinner than before. The 7-way shot, the fire bomb. That is awesome. The heavy bomb, the jet engine, a little faster, and then the rocket engine. Woo! The wide beam, the twin bombs, you can shoot 2 at once. The smart bomb, this I like too. And then you can also purchase an extra ship. Now let's look at the boss of the level I left off on, or the stage I left off on, which was number 3, Ladoon. You have to shoot all of his cannons, destroy them all, and then you'll have destroyed the boss. I put on invincibility, I think, by this point. I just wanted to beat the game quicker. And collect all the coins you can before time runs out. Yeah, Dolomika, or whatever it's called. Now all these big enemies are on the ground, which is nice. Just keep shooting them on the ground. I put on like infinite laser weapon time. Now this boss has octopus arms, and you have to shoot him enough until all the bits are orange, and then you shoot the. You shoot him one more time, and you'll beat the boss. And now here, all the big enemies hang off the trees. They're like bee nests or something. And yeah, touch the ground with your ship and you'll have legs and you can walk on it. Now here the boss is Snowman. And you have to beat the smallest enemies first. And then move up to the second smallest enemies. If you try to destroy the bigger ones before the smaller ones are destroyed, then it won't register. You have to evade their snowballs. Go back and collect those coins. Moon Star. Have to destroy these big enemies. And then, yeah, this is the 6th stage. You scoot forward and face the boss. And this guy has these giant arms that swing around. You need to not touch them and get in between them and shoot the middle when you can. And beat him once you shot the eye enough. And now this is Precarious. Some weird names for the stages. goofy big guys you need to destroy. I like that if you weren't paying attention to the radar, you can see there are destroyed bodies on the ground to show you that you've destroyed them. And now this guy will be the next boss. Those closing parts won't hurt you, but when they're fully formed, they'll hurt you. This is an easy boss. Good gravy. Very simple for the last, or almost the last boss. But yeah, all those bosses drop coins. Now we go to the shop automatically. Now on this level, you will face all the bosses from before, one after another, and they do not drop coins for you, which kind of sucks. We'll scoot forward to the last one. And now you face a ship that sends out these little guys that leave trails, and it's like one of those old Snake games, or like the light cycles from the old game Tron. Just destroy each one at a time. And yeah, the boss of the enemy forces is Opa-Opa's dad. Opa-Opa being the ship you're controlling. And here is the ending. And it tells you about the relationship between you and your dad, and him being the main bad guy, or the leader of the enemy forces. Great soundtrack from this game. That is Fantasy Zone by Sega in 1985 in Japan and 1986 internationally. It had a Sega Master System port, and it had several sequels. This was suggested by YouTube user Nathan Williams, and then you start from the beginning. Well, that was Fantasy Zone by Sega in 1985 or 86, suggested by YouTube user Nathan Williams. Well, this is Crazy Climber 80 saying thanks for watching Fantasy Zone by Sega in 1985 and 86. I'll catch you later with another video. Have a good weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.